Hi girls, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to contour and highlight your face. This is the second video in my how-to series. The first one that I filmed was how to apply foundation, and that will be linked either in this video or in the description box if you want to check that out. But I thought these videos would be very helpful and informative to those girls who are maybe in middle school or high school or just starting to experiment with makeup and aren't exactly sure how to contour and highlight their face. It can be a little tricky, but it's very simple once you get it down. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about are the products that you're going to need. So to contour your face, you want to go with a powder bronzer or like a face powder or a blush that's a couple shades darker than your skin tone. You don't want it to be crazy dark. You don't want to look muddy or dirty or gross or anything like that. You just want something that is going to kind of give you some definition in your cheekbones and give your face a little bit more of a shape. Everyone wants like a chiseled, not really chiseled, that's not the word. Everyone wants like a lot of bone structure in their face. They want to just look really kind of like put together and beautiful, I guess. You want to take a bronzer or a powder. I'm using a bronzer by MAC, and this is a matte bronzing powder, and it looks very, very dark on camera, and it is quite a bit darker than my skin tone, but I'm able to properly blend it out and make it work. You can use a darker blush. This is by MAC, and this is in Melba, and this is just a matte powder blush. Depending on your skin tone, that's going to help you decide what kind of color and what kind of product you're going to want to use. You can also use just a regular powder bronzer. This one is from the drugstore. It's Milani, and I like this one a lot. It's not shimmery at all. It's just very matte, and it works very, very good on like fairer skin tones like me. MAC is also a powder bronzer. It's a little bit more pricey. Milani, I believe this was like $2 or $3. This one was quite a bit more. You can also use blush, like I said, is Stellar by Tarte, and it's another good one. You can also use a face powder that's a couple shades darker. I don't have any that are darker than my skin tone right now, but an example would be like Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. Just go a couple shades darker than your skin tone, and basically you just want something that's going to give you color and contour. Like, as you can see, here's like my cheekbone. You just want to give some like definition into your face. So those are some product examples that you can use. I'm going to be using the bronzing powder by MAC. It's my favorite. It works really well, and I like it a lot. Next, you're going to need a tool, a makeup brush. I kind of go back and forth when I do this. Sometimes I like to use a brush like this. This is from Crown Brush, and I actually use it mostly for highlighting, but it does work well for contouring as well. As you can see, it's just kind of tapered here, and it's smaller, and it's just very good for getting right in the hollows of your cheeks. Or I will go in with this brush. This is the one I use most often. This is by Eco Tools, and it is just a blush brush, but I find that it works really well for contouring just because it has like a smaller handle, and I feel like I can really get in there very well. What you want to do, you want to be careful when you contour, because you don't want to use too dark of a product, you don't want to use too much of the product, and you want to make sure that you're blending it. Otherwise, you're going to get like a clump of bronzer, and you're just going to look like you kind of dipped your face into some mud or something. We don't want that. We want it to look natural and beautiful. So you're just going to put your brush in the product and tap off the excess, and you're going to find the hollows of your cheeks. This is very simple. You can make a fish face. You can suck in, like if you see, there is the hollows of my cheeks. Like if you just feel your face and feel your cheekbones, right underneath is where you're going to contour. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you're not going to bring the product close to your mouth or your cheek or your nose. You don't want that. That's going to cause you to look muddy and dirty, and it's just not going to look right. So here's your ear, cheekbone. You just want to go in just a bit, and that's where you're going to start. And work the product under your cheekbone like so. Now, if you're not as like coordinated, I guess, or don't want to use like a fluffier brush, it does really help to use a smaller tapered brush that allows you to really get in the hollows of your cheeks. And up to your temples like so. As you can see, you can already tell that I've started to contour here. You can see a lot more definition than on this side, which has no product. So again, you're just going to find your cheekbones Okay, so once you've got the contouring down, you may want to go in with a fluffier kind of like powder brush and just blend it out just a bit in case, you know, you're worried about any harsh lines, anything like that. When we contour, we want to contour our cheekbones, our temples, and up onto our forehead. You can also contour your nose, which I will show you in a second. You want to just kind of bring it up into your temples, focus it around your face, kind of where the sun would like naturally hit you. Also, when contouring, we want to be sure to contour under our chin. If you contour your jawline, this is going to give you a more defined jaw, which everyone wants, and then you're going to bring the product down. You want to make sure that your face and your neck are the same exact color. So just really focus the bronzer right under your jawline and be sure to bring it down. Might take some practice and getting used to. Also, applying your contour and your foundation and any kind of makeup in natural lighting is the best, just because you know how you're going to look when you go outside. You don't want to apply your makeup in like dim lighting or kind of yellow lighting, because it's going to look a lot different in that lighting than it does when you go in public. I'm going to take a eyeshadow brush or just a smaller brush so that you can really get the sides of your nose. Now you want to be really careful again with this that you don't use too much product and that you blend it out. You want to contour the sides of your nose. You don't want to contour down your nose. That's where you're going to highlight. So you basically want contour, highlight, just like with your cheeks. You want to contour, highlight, foundation pretty much. So you want it to be light, dark, light. Light, dark. Okay, get it? So you're just going to take a little bit of product onto your brush, tap it off, and then you're just going to go down the side of your nose in like a sweeping motion. Just like that. So you want to work from kind of like the inner part of your eye down. That is going to give your nose the most shape. Okay, so then with this, you also want to be sure to blend. So I just kind of blend a bit like so. Check it in the mirror. As you can see, I kind of look like I have a bit of a slimmer nose. Cheeks very contoured. Okay, so that is how you contour your face. Now I'm going to show you the next step, which is highlighting your face. It's really important to highlight our face because it really lets our face pop in certain areas. It's really important to highlight your cheekbones. You can highlight down your nose, across your forehead, Cupid's bow, across your chin if you'd like. If you have very oily skin, it's really important to use a matte foundation that's going to kind of block out the oil, and it's also good to use a powder over your face to really set the foundation, and then if you want to highlight, you can. I do have oily skin, but like I said, I use a good powder and a good foundation, and I don't have to worry about that. So highlighting products, you can use a kind of like blush-based highlighter, which is what I'm going to use, and this is by Tarte. It's an Angelic, and it's just a really pretty kind of like powder highlight. Very, very gorgeous. Or you can use a liquid-based highlight, such as Girl Meets Pearl by Benefit or Benefit's High Beam. Both of these are very, very good highlighters. I tend to use the liquid in the summer when I have more of a tan going on and it's a bit shimmery. Looks a lot better on my skin in the summer. So what I'm going to use is powder blush, but it is a highlight color, so it works very, very well. And I'm just going to go in with that tapered brush that I showed you earlier. Looks like this, and I'm just going to tap that in the product. And I kind of use a lot, and then I just tap off the excess, and then you are going to highlight your cheekbones. So you don't want to highlight where your blush is, and you don't want to highlight where your contour is. You want to highlight above. So again, you can even feel like your cheekbone right here. You're just going to take your brush and apply the highlight right above where your blush is. Very, very simple. Right above where your blush is, right on your cheekbone. See, you can see a very, very beautiful highlight. Very simple. Highlighting your face is incredibly easy once you know where to put the product. Like I said, you can apply across your forehead as well and down your nose, and most importantly, Cupid's bow. Really important to highlight your Cupid's bow just because it makes your lips look very kissable and a bit larger than they might be. Down your nose and down on your chin. Highlight your nose. You want to make sure that you just stop right before the tip. You don't want to highlight the end of your nose, or it's going to bring a lot of focus to that area and make it look like you just have a shiny nose, which you don't want. So just highlight the bridge of your nose and stop. Cheekbones, across your forehead, Cupid's bow, maybe across your chin a little if you'd like, and that is it. That is how you contour and highlight your face. I hope this video helped a lot of you out if you were kind of struggling with how to properly contour and highlight. It is a little tricky at first, but once you know where to apply the product, how to blend it out, things like that, it's very simple. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this video, and stay tuned for my next how-to video. Hope you guys enjoyed and you're having a good day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, girls!